Hi guys, welcome to SoulWork Sunday. Guess what? I combed my hair today. Are y'all proud of me? Welcome to SoulWork Sunday. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining, please do subscribe to my channel, turn on that notification bell, and join me every single time I'm live. So right now, I'm kind of just cracking up because I'm so proud of myself for brushing my hair. All right. So before we start, I have to remember to light my candles because we're not doing the BS from yesterday again today. We're going to light the candles. We're going to be extra we're going to be extra feminine today. We're making a conscious decision to be extra femme. And we're also clearing away the caca. Okay? Before we even start, we're clearing away the caca. This Mercury stuff has totally got me all... It's just got me. The whole Mercury thing has got me. My personal astrologer spoke to me the other day and reminded me of my Mars placement. Mars came out to play yesterday. I told Mars today, Viach, stay in your house. Do not come out to play today. No one wants to see that. So, what are we doing? We're doing SoulWork Sunday. Today we have a few things available. We have a bio-spiritual scan. We have the 3-card Claire Tarot reading. We have a starseed activation. If you haven't been present for that before, this will really, really help you through your starseed process. Many starseeds have, well, most, not just many, but most. We've come into this point of human evolution because it's time for humanity to actually rise to higher levels of consciousness. And so we're here and we're anchoring in extremely high frequencies because as we do that, Gaia is able to rise higher. And due to the laws of reciprocal reflection, humanity and basically everything that's here on this earth plane rises up along with her. So the starseed activation is definitely going to help you get to optimal levels of frequency for your own personal journey, as well as ushering in the cosmic energies that help to amplify the galactic process that is your organic starseed ascension. Okay. We also have the toroidal torch transformer. That this activation is just legit badassery. I'm telling y'all, it's like cranking up the heat on a torch. That's what it is. And it's going to help to really, really elevate the potentiality of your self-defense and the maintenance of your field integrity. We also have the Mercurial Merkaba reconstruction plus Golden Ray Merkaba activation. This is the perfect time to do any type of Mercurial and Merkaba work because of the fact that, first off, we are in a Mercury retrograde. We're going to continue in this retrograde, I believe, until the last day of this month. And then secondly, we're about to have an umbra lunar eclipse, a partial eclipse. And as the eclipse pairs with the Mercury being in retrograde, and I believe 8 planets total are in retrograde right now. Let's just take that in. 8 planets. This EXPEDITE is phenomenal at helping to clear away the very things that are causing chronic or intense physical discomfort, pain, intense sadness, struggles at work, struggles in communication, feelings of isolation. Basically, if you're feeling like you're existing in a cluster fluff in this moment, this will really help on an energetic level. This will get everything kind of resituated, and it'll really help to improve the symptom presentation of that energetic circumstance. Okay. Um, we also have advanced strand activation. This is more than just a DNA activation. This goes above the 12 primary strands that are typically worked on by the average person. This goes up to like the 24th strand, and it elevates your potentiality for reaching even higher states of dimensional consciousness. Also for reconnecting with your abilities and being able to better communicate with your highest self. Not just your higher self, your highest self, your Rishi self. So that's what we got, guys. That's what we got. Oh, I don't know what I did. Let me get out of there before I start accidentally breaking things on purpose. Let's also put the link up for you guys, because it'd be nice if you know where to go. Yeah, today's energy got me all like, I went to sleep. I was knocked the F out in the car. And we got home and I got out of the car and I went back to sleep. All right. So first, we are going to do, why do you feel anxious? Wow, what's wrong? Are you okay? You okay? Everyone's feeling kind of anxious, to be honest. All right. Let me just erase the previous numbers. Let me think of a number. All right. I am ready. What up, Beta? You are a Pisces with a Gemini moon and you're anxious as F right now. Oh my God. What's going on? I feel it too, though. I ain't even gonna lie. I feel it too. And I'm looking at your guys' numbers. Keep going, keep going. I feel the anxiousness too. I ain't gonna lie. I don't even know what it's from. Maybe we can analyze it in a few minutes. See what the heck is going on. Maybe I should have put on my contacts. Oh, wait. I saw the number. Rosalie Venta, you got it at 83. Rosalie Venta, you won a Claire Tarot reading. Let us see. Rosalie Venta. All right. Let us see what we're going to get for you. All right. Let's please give Rosie, some clarity for her current fluffery. All right. I'm a little extra right now, and that extra is necessary. Or so I like to tell myself. All right, Rosalie. Ooh, release, let go and focus on what's positive and uplifting. I believe you got this last week, right? Right. I think you had gotten, or maybe it was the week before. I can't remember, but I do remember you were being given instruction, and that's that that itself is tremendous, because I never remember anything, and you're holding on to things that are actually weighing you down greatly, and so it's going to be very difficult if you don't let go. Learning new skills. Education is the most powerful personal resource you can use to change your life and the world. I think what this really is talking about is learning new coping skills. You've become accustomed to the kind of coping mechanisms that you currently have, and those are no longer serving you. Instead of helping you to cope with whatever circumstance, it's actually causing you to build more anxiety. And so you're going to have to let those old coping mechanisms go and try and bring forward new ones. Okay. And these are things you can Google. You can definitely Google a whole bunch of different coping mechanisms, healthier coping mechanisms, and then kind of just try them out. And whatever sticks, sticks. Whatever doesn't, doesn't. Okay. Let's go ahead and do one more. Let's do one more. I'm so sore, you guys. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I can't even think of a number. I'm so damn sore. All right, I can think of a number. Oh, wait. All right. Oh, you guys are already going. Let's see. All right. Go for it, guys. So while we're waiting for the number to come forward, my coach instructed me to do 400 squats yesterday, which I did. And then I was at the gym and I was like, Jesus, I'm going to need you to carry me to the car. I'm going to need you to carry me from the car. If you could just kindly come downstairs, pick me up off the gym floor, carry me to the car. Actually, that's a little bit dramatic. I didn't die until this morning when I woke up. Wait. Plum Ponds won at 7. Yeah, so that's what happened. That is what happened. I texted him when I was starting the 300s, and I was like, were you serious about 400? Were you serious, or was that a joke? Because if you were joking, definitely let me know. That mofo texted me back, make it 500. What? Right as I was hitting 400, he texted me, make it 500. No. No. I would stop for like 10 seconds when it hurt real bad and then kept going. All right, Plum Ponds, let's get you some guidance. All right. Ooh, what is this? Oh, this came out yesterday. Card number 22, loving all that is. Ooh. All right. You wise, awakening being, you can love all that is. You can love your tears and your sadness, for they are a testament to your open heart. You can love your numbness and fatigue, for they show that you have worked hard and are now in need of rest. You can love your energy and passion even when you are so far ahead of the pack, you have to wait a while for everyone else to catch up. Maybe a day, maybe a decade or so, because you choose not to curb your enthusiasm for anyone. You can love your anger because underneath its fire is a desire for respect, and you can love your peacefulness because within your heart, you really don't care much for fighting sometimes. If there is something that's shaming you, worrying you, challenging you, it's okay to just love it. It will make sense when it needs to. Until then, just love it, even when it hurts, for it's part of your own divine nature awakening. It may just be like a painful cramp happening because it's been curled up for too long. So, honestly, I feel like this has to do with your health situation going on. Um, and I think you've already reached a point where you do recognize it for what it is. It's helping you in some way. It's helping you to slow things down enough just so that you can begin really focusing on whatever it is that this slowdown period is supposed to help you recognize. So I guess you could say that this is more of confirmation that you aren't kidding yourself into believing something uh, is positive and beneficial for you, even when it seems like it's not. You're not in denial at all. You know exactly what this is for, and you're utilizing it so beautifully. So good job. Keep doing that. Oh, let me give you your poetry. Um, a state of being, allowing, receiving, becoming with all that is. And that's the state that you're entering. You're already entering that state. And so just continue with that. Definitely continue with that. So, you guys, let's go ahead and begin. I'm just so pleasantly surprised that I actually brushed my hair today. Let's go to, hey, Chris Bird. All right. Okay. Is there something in particular, Chris, that you would like scanned? You're welcome, Plum Ponds. Thank you, Queen of Water. Thank you, El Marie. It's amazing what a brush can do. It's amazing. It's amazing. Just general? Okay, let's go ahead and see. Mm. You have a large amount of energy accumulating on the left side of your chest, all the way through to the back. Um, it doesn't necessarily seem as though this is energy that's pooling due to chakra damage. It's just a glow. Oh, how are you coming along with the internal work you're doing connected to your mother? You're healing yourself. This is so beautiful. You're healing yourself. On some level, your consciousness has decided to flood that area with love and acceptance and just allowing it to permeate through to every single cell. I believe that's the side that was most heavily affected by the weight of your guilt and shame. And all of this was tied to the relationship that you have and had with your mother. She's not actually gone. She's still very much present. Let's see. And I see a similar type of glow, but not as intense in your lower belly area. It seems as though this is your consciousness attempting to begin digesting the feelings, the events of everything that's been going on in your life all the way up to this point. It says, I'm making peace with her and child. Yeah, that's what it looks like. You're digesting everything finally. It's almost as though you had like a very serious case of indigestion, like you weren't digesting the events of life. You were very much crippled by the type of pain you experience because it's such intense pain, intense pain. And the most beautiful thing about what I'm seeing with your energy right now is that it doesn't seem as though you've allowed yourself to take that mindset of I'm being so punished. Instead you're like, these things happened. It's it's happened, and I need to get through this. I need to finally get through this. And you are. You're definitely getting through this. It is a process. This is not some fake love and light stuff that you're going through and you're just trying to convince yourself you're better. You're doing the actual work. You're doing the actual work. This is a very raw, very gritty type of work, and you're there. 74% at 422 completion. So the 7 is the number of completion. 74422. 7 is a number of completion. 4 and 4 together means your two halves, your masculine and your feminine, they're standing strong equally, side by side, shoulder to shoulder. 22 is a number of divine guidance. You're allowing your higher self to divinely guide you into a more balanced state. Every single aspect of your life has no choice but to recalibrate as you're allowing yourself to rebalance. And this is not something you're doing, I guess you could say, intentionally. You're not doing this work because you're like, okay, I'm going to be balanced and it's going to make me more powerful spiritually. No, it's like your intention is beyond pure. And it's like, it's almost as though your intention is just, I just want to be okay. I want to understand my life and just be okay with it at this point. And that's probably the most powerful intention you could have ever set. Because when you did that, instead of playing into ego and being like, I got beat down by life and my life has really sucked. And now I need to reclaim my power. I need to be strong and powerful and show people. It's like it doesn't even matter what people think. You just like, I just want to understand. I want to understand so I can begin flowing again and doing whatever it is that soul asked me to do in this life. And that's like a life hack. If you guys want to know how to really increase your power, you should talk to Christopher Bird. His journey right now is doing just that. It's doing just that. Yeah, and he says, true, I'm ready to make sense of it all. That's all he wants to do is understand. And not understand to control, not understand with the intention of harnessing to dominate or do any of that. Show he's worthy. Like, you intrinsically know you're worthy, but you're just trying to understand why it's been so difficult for you to not accept that. That's a very, very powerful, powerful move. You're doing amazing. I'm looking at your heart space and it's expanded quite a bit. Your solar plexus as well. As a matter of fact, your entire central chakra line is buzzing with energy right now. It's a lot of energy going through your central chakra line. I also see your crown chakra. It's like partially dilated. Is your head tingling? The top of your head? Let's see. The top of your head is tingling because your galactic self, along with all of your galactic guides and team, are present. It's almost as though you're wearing a crown of seats, and they're all seated all along this area. And it's like and it's giving me tingles. They're all just there, just observing, no judgments, no guidance, no nothing. They're just observing to see how you're going to choose to navigate this. Um, that's amazing. I did not realize this. Apparently, you and I have served on the Galactic Federation together. We have we have done tours of duty for the Federation. Huh. You're of elevated rank in that Federation. Are you aware of that? Yeah. Fascinating. Very, very fascinating. You're of elevated rank. You've done quite a bit of work. Quite a bit of work. There were key um, skirmishes, key theaters of war that you were present for. And the work that you did in those theaters were pivotal. That's pretty badass. They were pivotal. Um, you could almost say your contribution um, was what helped neutralize threats. That's badass. Love it. Love it. That's awesome. So this is the reason why your life up until this point has had to be so difficult. Um, People like you and I are capable of sustaining tremendous amounts of trauma and pain and still keep going. 71% at 427. That's a 777, just so you know. 777. um, so if you were to kind of use me as an example, it's very hard to get me to stop. I have that mentality, like, I don't care how painful it is. If you were to put me in an MMA match, um, break my arm, I don't care. I'm not stopping. Just break the whole damn thing off. And I'm not going to stop. So that's kind of the energy that you come from as well. And they needed you to be broken to a certain extent in order for a mental process to be induced. And you were just too strong. You were just too strong. So they had to keep amplifying and amplifying and amplifying. And then finally, they were able to successfully break the resistance that the human mind had to it. And as you're already aware, once you experience that level of darkness, um, sometimes you get consumed by it and you become one with it and you forget not to stay there. And that's all that really happened to you. Okay. You forgot not to stay there. It took a lot to break you, way more than, a regular person could ever tolerate, ever survive. And you're more than a survivor. I'm sure you already know that. So your entire auric field is looking beautiful. There are still areas of clogging. There's still areas of stagnation, primarily in your lower back towards your right iliac crest, where your hip bridge connects to your sacrum. That lower right back area, it needs a little bit more of your attention, just because that's where you sustain most of the blows, because your kundalini is so heavily shielded. The hits would go there instead. Yeah, you're tight there. Do stretches. Do some stretches. Don't push yourself too hard, but definitely do some stretches. See that energy kind of just being distributed through your entire back and bum and lower legs, and hopefully that's enough to clear it very quickly. I think you definitely can clear this very quickly on your own. So all in all, you're doing really, really well. Really, really well. Keep it up. Keep it up. All you're doing is following your own internal guidance. This is not from, external guides or anything like that. You definitely are realigned. You're realigned and you're ready to begin doing the work that you're here to do. So it's going to be a very fascinating end of 2019. You're going to be in a completely different space come 2020. A completely different space. Your higher self, okay, your higher self just said to me, I'll see you at the top. On top of what, I don't know, but apparently we will meet at the top. Together we rise. That's amazing. That's amazing. All right, next we have Melissa Bernard. Let's see. Ooh, she want me to light her up. Okay. Thank you guys for putting the link. Thank you, Jessica. Just as Jessica commented, and I'm commenting again right now, in order to purchase your expedited request, please do click on the link and check out what I have to offer. You're welcome, Christopher. Oh, shoot. I have no headphones. Hold on. Da 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 da. I just sang Almost World. Hold on, let me just get my earbuds. Hey, can I have my earbuds? I believe they're in my workout fanny pack. In the car, right on top of my headphones. Whichever one you want to bring me is perfectly okay. Bye. Da, 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 da. So let me just go ahead and see with your higher self exactly what needs to be done. Okay, Melissa? So I just injected some sedation into your field. There are sections of your morphogenetic template that are needing just a little bit of modification in order for more of your strands to go active. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
So just breathe very deep and very slow. Lay my heart down, laid it down for you, laid it down for you. Ah, ah, ah. You might feel your throat go numb. I'm entering through that chakra. Hands get ready. You might feel pulsing in your body. I'm activating all the channels. Breathe. Sending triadic flame through all your channels in 3, 2, 1. Just let it burn through. Touch, never know the way I want you to. Never feel the way I do. Never I know. It's almost finished. Feel that. The way I do. All right. How do you feel? Write it down for you. Write it down for you. Are you okay? She says, I feel like a tunnel is going through my throat. Robert, the price changes. Whatever you select, the price that you see will change. The purchase does not go through until you see the actual price. You did feel a pulse over your heart space before you said it. Nice. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. All right, just one more deep breath. We want this to circulate even further through your entire auric field. You might feel it swirling around your head as well, okay? All right. Awesome. Thank you, Melissa. Oh. All right, this is for Anna Ponce. Let's scan. Okay. Plum Ponce, what would you like scanned? Is there anything in particular? That is no. Oh, thank you, Angel Chris. So we're just waiting for Plum Ponce to nothing in particular. Okay, let's go ahead and check that. Lay my heart down, laid it down for you, laid it down for you. All right. So breathe very deep and very slow. I still see a little bit of swelling in your belly. Um, it seems as though your lymph nodes, as well as your liver, as is a little bit clogged up. You have been needing to rest, but at the same time, your lymph nodes are needing to be drained. So you can probably do a Google search that will let you explore certain movements or exercises that will really help to get your lymphatic system to begin flowing again. If you guys aren't aware, ooh, 62% at 442, 666, love it. Okay. um, if you're not aware, your lymphatic system does not have an internal pump like your cardiovascular system. The heart pumps the fluids through the cardiovascular system, but with the lymphatic system, it kind of just sits stagnant if you're not moving a lot. And because of you've shared during previous lives a lot, yeah, previous live streams, that you have been kind of nursing yourself through shingles. I mean, you're not going to be exercising or walking around, obviously. So you need to begin a few things like small movements. I can't think of any off the top of my head of what to suggest, but just small movements to get the fluids going again. You're well on your way to being done with this health circumstance, like well on your way. But it's at this point you're now needing to consciously begin digesting all of the things that you've kind of been struggling through over the past few years. I hear the number 3, so it would probably be the past 3 years. Oh, it's 444. The past 3 years have been extra challenging, it seems. And so there's a lot of things that probably have happened in these 3 years that have caused you to feel, um, you could say, very jilted by life. And that's not anything out of the norm with the things, the disappointments and setbacks that you've experienced, the frustrations. It's not um, unrealistic to feel that way. It would be a very common, a very natural feeling, but you're going to have to push through that, which you already begun the process. So that's very, very good. Also, take a closer look at the foods that you're eating. Now, see, I went through a significant change in my life almost 3 years ago. It was from that point on, that cycle is done. Okay. It took 3 years for that cycle to finish. This is the tail end of it. This is what your higher self is wanting you to know. This is the very tail end of it. You're almost done processing. You just need to hang in there, which you are. You are. Okay. Conversations we've had would lead me to believe that you're well on the way to being done with this, completely done with it, and having learned what was needing to be learned so it's not repeated again. But again, you have to make sure that you allow yourself to fully process, fully digest these events. It's really, really important because you don't want this to cycle back around. This was a very challenging 3 years. Okay. And you got through it. You survived it. The shingles was just an outward manifestation of the last part of it. Okay. Because they say, like, even if you have the vaccination, the shingles can lay dormant in your system for years. And that's kind of what's happened. Your response to these events that have really caused you to struggle for the past 3 years, you've suppressed it this whole time. And as you've grown in your confidence and your trust in yourself, it's begun to rise up and have been wanting to be really just looked over and addressed. And as you've done that, because emotionally speaking, it wasn't enough of a, in your face type of thing, for lack of a better description. it presented on your skin as shingles. Okay. So, and that's a viral thing. Viruses are not like bacteria. Viruses trick your own cells to duplicate. And that's just yet another example of how sometimes our skewed perception of other people's behaviors um, tricks us into perpetuating their abuse of us, you know? So be mindful of that. Be careful of where your thoughts take you when you begin to really dive deep into those events that occurred about 3 years ago. Okay. You can go ahead and feel angry again, but be careful not to begin the whole like I was victimized type of mentality. And it's not to diminish what you went through. It's more of to just acknowledge like, no, that person and or that event, it was to serve me. You know what I mean? Like on a soul level, this was done out of love to serve me and grow me in such a way that nothing else could have grown me. So, and that's all you have to. The foods that you eat, you're intolerant of a couple of the foods that you're eating because your frequency has jumped up, has risen. You've become intolerant of certain foods. It's not necessarily that your diet is horrible. It's more in that the foods that you were once okay with, you're no longer okay with. You're going to have to begin taking a look at what you're eating, and it's almost like this feeling of it's a healthy food, like a vegetable or a fruit or maybe a seed that you add to your food to like increase nutritional value. That's the feeling that I get. It's something that is considered to be healthy, but you're just not compatible with that food at this point. Okay. So definitely take a look at your diet, see where your belly begins to feel weird or like a little bit crampy. And then you'll get an idea, okay, I ate this and that happened. And then I tried it again the next day and it happened again. It's probably whatever that item is. But it might be a little bit difficult to identify, but I know you'll be able to identify it at some point. Okay. Next, we have Catherine Garland. So let's see. Ooh. She's going so for the Mercurial Merkaba reconstruction plus Golden Ray Merkaba star. Let me just mark this fulfilled. Catherine, are you here? And after Catherine, I'm gonna, okay, she's here. I'm gonna go ahead and be closing down the link. So if this is something, if you'd like to get something done this week or today, I mean, please do check out the link and make sure you get that process before I'm done or else it's gonna just be closed. Okay. All right. Breathe. Feel that fire building in your belly. Let it out, not with rage, but just the release. Free that fire to come out and occupy any part of your field. Shut your mouth and run me like a river. All right. How do you feel? You feel like Freddie Mercury. I'm not sure what that means. Didn't he pass away? Didn't he get real sick and pass away? All right. Felt a shift. There you go. There you go. You're welcome. That fire is going to continue to kind of just dance around you. Just allow it. It's not necessarily that you're in need of protection. There's nothing around you. It's just that fire is recalibrating so that it's more something that will help to empower you in a very gentle way. 26, 17, 55, 455. 8, 8, 5, 5, 4, 5, 5. Change, reunification. Yes, love it. That's a lot of really powerful numbers. That's pretty freaking awesome. All right. Shut your mouth and run me like a river. Like a river, like a river. Shut your mouth and run me like a river. All right, Deb Lashbrook. So Deb is here. Let's go ahead and get started. No, this other here. Let's get started, Deb. Let's find a song. All right. Oh. So we're going to be harvesting energy from the dark side of the moon. Archive is with you. Scanning your field. Inside your belly. Give me 1 second. There's a particle. Deb, um, do you give Archive permission to extract that particle? It seems as though this particle, for whatever reason, is hold on, is really affecting your bowels. Yes? You might feel dizzy. I'm creating a perimeter. We're in a hypercube. He's entering your space. I see it. It's like a fleck of gold, but it's not gold. Tiny strings, like nano strings, come from it. It's intertwined in most of your bowels. I'm taking over. The energy is burning his hands. Stay back. You might feel your belly gurgling, Deb. I have to move your intestine aside a little bit. How do you feel? Your nose is tingling. About your belly. I had already finished the umbral recalibration before I started with the belly. So is the belly feeling okay? Are you feeling a little bit queasy? Or just fine? Little grumbly feeling. Do you have ginger in the house? There might be a little bit of inflammation. Um, I don't know what this particle is. It almost like a fleck of gold. Um, on the surface level, that's what it looked like. You know, like the what's it called? Goldschlager liquor. You know, those flecks of gold that float in there. Uh, it looked almost like a small piece, just like that, just floating in your belly outside of the intestine. And then when you look closer, it's actually not gold. It's I don't know what the hell it is, but it did not look beneficial. It did not feel beneficial. And then it had a whole bunch of very, very like almost like nano type of string, like fiber optic looking, very, very fine threads that spread out in all directions and or just wrapped around the intestines, like all around. Mm. Um, I don't think that it's 2M, but it might be a newly evolved version that is still trying to gather like coding or something. And it's still so early in its phase of development that it doesn't read as 2M. Does that make sense? So I don't know. Right as of right now, it didn't read as 2M, but who knows? You might be right. You might be right. I'll definitely have to explore that further later on today and see what Soul shares with me. But it's been removed. Um, I thought I was finished with your session, and then our Kai came in and he was like, "Find the particle," and that's actually what made me look again. I couldn't find it at first, and then he stepped forward and began. That's why I asked you if it's okay. He began looking for it, and he found it, and it actually burned his hands. Um, Badly. It burned his hands. Uh, so I'm gonna have to look into what this is a lot closer. Okay. If you're able to get some ginger, even fresh ginger or gripe water, anything with a ginger sort of component to it, that might help. If you have ginger tea, that might help as well. With all the stuff that was going on in the belly, you might have some swelling, okay, some mild inflammation. The ginger will definitely help with that. Yeah, it's good to always have fresh ginger. You know what? I just realized I have to close the link. Give me 1 second. All right, Cheryl Walker, advanced strand activation. All right, I'll ask your higher self, Cheryl. I shall ask the higher self. Thank you. What up, Beta? Right, Cheryl is here. Let me just find a song. And let me ask your higher self. That's weird. Oh. All right. Higher self says this is okay. It will fall right in line with the inner child work that you're doing. And it also supports that work. All right. Just breathe deep and slow. Just generating a charge. Breathe very deep and very slow. Your head might start to tingle. I'm going to enter through your third eye. You might feel pressure in your head, like your cranial space is expanding. Your dragon's here. That was so fun. How do you feel? All right. That your dragon is the best. Oh my God. He didn't just watch. I was in the middle of activating certain segments, and he just came up like a Labrador retriever. And I was like, what are you doing? He was all like, and then he came forward, and then he just put his forehead on my forehead and was just cuddling up like that. And then he started licking me all over my face. I love him too. Oh my God. He's amazing. He's so loving. I know he doesn't always have this kind of energy, but he really allowed himself to come forward like a puppy, like just such a loving, sweet puppy, but huge. And then on top of that, the best part is that your inner child was riding on his back. And so as I did your your advanced strand activation, all of this really healing, corrective energy also wrapped around your inner child. So this is that's probably why your higher self said this is also very supportive of that inner child work, because now it's encouraging and empowering your inner child to not be afraid to come out. And I really was not expecting, first of all, your dragon to come forward, and then secondly, your inner child, who's very very reclusive, actually, to be riding on your dragon. That was awesome. I love that. I really, really love that. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you for sharing that space with me. That was amazing. How do you feel? Is the pressure in your chest better? Are you feeling better with that pressure? Oh, you're welcome. All right. So, over the next few minutes, I want you to make it a point to allow this energy to just spread through your entire auric field. We want this energy to have as little resistance as possible. Okay. As much as possible, allow it to just flow wherever it needs to flow. This is some really high frequencies that are needing to assist with the recalibration of certain areas. Okay. All right. Let's see who is next. Claudia for a bioscan. Okay. All right. Ooh. Oh my gosh, your energy is pulling me astral. Let's do this. Oh, really quick, Cheryl Walker. There's a song is by Ed Sheeran and Justin Bieber. It's called I Don't Care. Your inner child loves that song. Like loves that song. I'd play it, but I don't want to have a copyright strike. That ain't no joke. I don't want no copyright strike. So let us get started. It's called I Don't Care by Justin Bieber and Ed Sheeran. Have you been struggling not to fall asleep? Girl, as soon as I felt your energy, I'm like yawning and sleepy. Okay, let's see. All right, let's start scanning. It looks like you have a crown that shows up like a galaxy around your crown. These are massive levels of activation. You have twin energy in your field. Shit. His energy booms. Oh, shit. Okay, girl. Girl. Holy. Oh my God. Got my freaking eczema all flared up. Okay. All right. So that was totally twin energy. That's your twin. Not mine. It's your twin. And he's ridiculously powerful. Like ridiculously powerful. And when I was observing your field, he was trying to flex on me. Like almost like a chest bump, like just take off my cloak. Who the fuck you think you is, boo? So yeah, no, that's pretty badass. He's fearless and he'll defend you at any cost. That's pretty badass. So that twin energy is in your field. It seems as though you've begun pinging whoever your twin is. I didn't see a face. He keeps his identity very well concealed. Um, he's not all talk. He really meant it. When he was like chest bumping my shield, he really meant it. Like keep looking, see what happens, kind of chest bump. To the point where it triggered my own twin response. I'm like, yeah, all right, everybody calm down. We ain't gotta have a brawl in Claudia's field. But that, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. I like that a lot because he did not show any type of aggression until he detected something was observing without, um, he felt like it was without permission because of the fact that I was so heavily cloaked. And the fact that he was able to detect that level of cloaking. I wasn't cloaked at my highest levels, but the level that I was cloaked at, he should not have been able to detect me. So that tells me he has a very, very developed ability. That's badass. I like that. So he might be coming in very soon. Is it okay if I pull some cards for you? Is that fine? Do I got your permission? I just want to see what happens. Yes? Okay. I want to know if he comes forward before the end of the year. Let's look at this. Oh, shit. Okay. So I cut the deck. Let me just pull those two cards out. Oh, no. Don't. They're the wrong way. These cards are so dang slippery. It's kind of ridiculous. All right, there we go. Girl. I wonder who it is. I'm really liking this energy. He don't bullshit at all. Like, there's no aggression until he detects a need for it. I like that a lot. And it's not just like puffing your chest. Like, I could tell he can back that up. Like it. All right. And then from this deck. It's almost like this feeling of he can honor how delicate you can be at times, like emotionally, mentally, where you can't readily express in a verbal manner the things that you're going through. Like he would be very understanding of that and very patient and wait for you to be ready to communicate what's going on. Yeah, he's coming. He's definitely coming. Girl, I'm about to pull hella motherfucking cards. Okay. So first off, we have the Two of Cups. That was the first one that popped up. This is about love and friendship, beginning, passion, engagement, understanding, cooperation, marriage. Ooh, girl. So with the whole lunar event that's coming in a few days, I think that's going to usher this meeting in. The card is about Li Po, the great poet of the Tang dynasty. He sips his wine while savoring the beauty of a moonlit night. He wrote a famous poem in which he invited the moon to join him in drinking. Ooh, shit. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. And then you have the Page of Staves, a loyal person, an envoy, emissary, trusted friend, a stranger with good intentions, a bearer of important news. He's coming. Okay. I'm getting all giddy. Like it's me or something. No. No one's coming towards me. Go to Claudia. Go to Claudia. I'm just excited for her. Okay, I'm not calling nobody towards me. Oh, and then you have, where is it? Hanging Ghost in reverse. This is about unwillingness to make the necessary effort. Okay, okay. Okay. So it says in ancient China, being treated badly with no recourse to justice was a reason for suicide. The hanging ghost is the soul of a person who was wronged. It exhorts people to be kind to one another. So with this card, it's like your past is your hanging ghost. The ways in which you were hurt in the past are still hanging in your closet. It's time to clean out the closet. Okay? You're not just a snapshot event from your past. It's time to move forward from that. He won't be able to come in until you, card number 26, release the hold of darkness and be at cause. So his energy swirls around you just like this. It really, really swirls around you just like this. But you're still kind of in a phase where things that have happened before still somewhat cripple you. And you're still kind of in a crouched down position. Okay. I really like him. I really, really like him because right now he's like apologizing profusely. And he feels as though he overstepped boundaries by flexing on me. And it's not an apology. I mean, he's apologizing to me as well, but it's like his primary apology is for overstepping his bounds within your sovereign field, and that he should have never even risked potentially disrespecting you. I really like him. I really, really do. Very respectful. So your next card, card number 21, Beyond the Mind, the Heart Beats. This is all twin shit. That's all twin stuff, girl. All twin stuff. Twin stuff. It's like even without speaking, he sees through to what you would say. His energy sees through to what you would say. And, you know, he understands there's periods of time where you kind of embody the hermit and just need to be quiet within yourself, and that's okay. He's not going to be like, why are you tripping? You have PMS. He wouldn't do any of that. He's just like, all right, you need a little bit of that quiet time. I think he comes around in the fall, right before winter starts. I feel like that's around the time. Right before winter starts, he comes along and he kind of just hangs out. He doesn't necessarily make his big, bold move. He kind of just observes for a little bit, just sits back and observes and tries to make sure that he does this right. I think he's been through quite a bit of shit in life, and he's made mistakes, and he doesn't want to repeat that. He's ready to be in a place where he has his right hand again. That's what I hear. I want my right hand back, which is wow. I don't necessarily think it's any of the men trying to come in now. He might already be around, but I don't think it's one of the men that's like obviously trying to court you. So 55% of 535, 5558. 21, 21 watchers and 21 thumbs up. That's a lot of mirroring. I like this a lot. I think if he is around right now, he's just quietly observing. He might have found you through Facebook, to be honest. So your final card, card number 17, which is also the number 8. Let me see the cards. See, this card also equals 8. 2 plus 6 is 8. 1 plus 7 is 8. So card number 17, what is already with you? He's already in your space. It's just a like further confirmation that he is in fact already aware on some level of your existence. And if he hasn't already found you and is quietly observing you, he will be very soon. Very, very soon in the next few months. Winter will be starting. No, not winter, fall. Okay. And it seems like he might make his presence known towards the end of fall, right before winter begins. So like, I don't know, maybe end of October, November time. Huh. Okay, no, your birthday's not in November though. I think he might be a Scorpio or have that Scorpio energy. He might have sun, moon, or rising in Scorpio. Okay. We just leave it at that. All right, girl. So yeah, no, your field is looking good. With the things that have been going on with your health, it's a lot to do with your resistance to healing certain aspects of relationships with others. Okay. You have to begin consciously choosing to stop the cycle that you've been in the same cycle for quite a few years. This cycle, you've been hurt a lot in life, like a lot. And it's because you're so loving and you're so giving of yourself. And so far, the people, most of these people, they don't know what to do with that kind of unconditional love. And so they take it for granted. They treat you badly. And this is more than just, relationships, like romantic relationships. This also extends to familial ties. I'm sure you know what I mean. And so that needs to be healed. That definitely needs to be healed consciously. You have to consciously choose to allow the healing. You don't necessarily have to know how to heal it. You don't have to have a plan, but just be open for the healing to occur. Okay? And things have already been set in place for that to happen. You just have to agree to it. And you know what it is. You know what it is. All right, guys. So that concludes this week's SoulWork Sunday. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. Thank you so much for holding space with me here today. This was fun. This was really, really fun. I will see when I can go live again to do some readings, just like a nice fun time with you guys. I'll definitely, if I'm able to squeeze something in this week, I will definitely give advance notice and let you guys know. Okay. Thank you, everyone. I love you guys. If you haven't already, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. Find all my other social media. Stalk me over there. Stalk me everywhere, just not in real life. And join me every time I'm live. All right, guys. Bye.